It reminds me of someone who's crossing a finish line of a marathon or something.
David Mosier is the groom. Heather Mosier is the bride. Christina Karras is the bridesmaid who captured pure joy and defiance in the face of death.
Because she's getting to shout from the rooftops that she loved and loves Dave and is able to say, I'm his wife.
David and Heather's love story started 2.5 years ago in May 2015 when they met at a swing dance class.
We were just kind of inseparable after that.
The relationship moved fast. December 23, 2016 would be a pivotal yet bittersweet day for the couple, the first of many. Heather was diagnosed with breast cancer.
She didn't know I was going to propose to her that night, obviously, and I said to myself, you know, she needs to know that she's not going to go down this road alone.
So later that night, David went through with it.
A pair of draft horses and a carriage, and I arranged it all for that night, and you know, we went out on the carriage ride, and I proposed to her under a streetlight.
5 days later, the diagnosis was triple negative, one of the most aggressive forms of breast cancer.
We were going to Dana-Farber, you know, weekly. You know, we're going to naturopath doctors, traditional doctors. I mean, our lives became consumed with cancer.
2017 would be the hardest, most heartbreaking year for David and Heather. In September, they learned the cancer spread.
Found out that it was in her brain, and a couple months later, she was actually, the end of October, she was on life support, breathing tube.
Many thought Heather wouldn't make it to October, but that's when the fighting spirit David fell in love with took center stage.
She was tough. I mean, anyone else would have given up a long time ago, and the doctors even said, we don't know how she's still here.
Heather longed to live to see her wedding day on December 30th, but the hits kept coming. Doctors spoke privately with David last week.
The doctor said, if you know, we know you want to get married on December 30th, but if you want to get married, you should move it up.
So they did. The ceremony was held at the St. Francis Chapel on the 22nd, with family and friends watching.
I knew that, you know, this was our last time that we were going to really be together in a loving way. It seemed like the strangest funeral I've ever been to.
Heather valiantly proclaiming her vows.
It took so much of her energy, especially that day, to be able to speak, to be able to breathe.
The last words she says were her vows.
That part of the ceremony was just too tough for Karras to document, but the bridesmaid took her camera out towards the end, just in time to capture fleeting joy.
We were losing her as we were all standing there thinking to hold on to this, because it was it. That was this what we were seeing, what she was giving us, what she was giving him, was the last of what she had to give.
18 hours later, on December 23rd, cancer would force the couple to say goodbye. It's the same date where a year before, the couple got engaged under a streetlight.
She's my great love, and I'm going to lose her, but I'm not losing her forever.
December 30th was supposed to be the happiest day of David and Heather's life. Instead of preparing for a wedding here at Plantsville Congregational, David will be attending his wife's funeral at this church at the same time he was set to be married. Right now, the future is dark, but David says he's keeping a piece of his wife's spirit.
Heather said, I want to keep fighting, and that's kind of the mantra I'm picking up is, you know, well, she was able to fight till the end, I'm going to fight till my end.
Matthew Campbell, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.